Okay, picking up from where we left off last time, we created the validation for our register form, but we didn't create a spot to display the errors that our validation found in our form. So let's go ahead and go right down here. We can go right underneath the H1 tag. Let's drop a PHP block here. We're going to perform an if statement. We can do if is set errors. Okay, and then we can do colon. Okay, then we'll do end if here. Okay, so if the errors variable is set, which is an array, we're going to go ahead and create a div. And we give this an ID of errors. And then we can just do a simple unordered list. And then right in here, do a for each loop. We can loop through the errors as error. Okay, and the for each. Okay, and then let's do a list. Give it a class of error, so it can be displayed in red. And then we'll just echo error. Okay, let's save that. Alright. And let's go ahead and preview that in Firefox. Okay, so we have nothing in there. Oh yeah. Well, it's not going to show. I forgot that I also did this with jQuery. So everything validates. If nothing validates through JavaScript, the PHP would pick up the slack. Alright, so let's go ahead and go right here. After the last else, we'll do drop in a note. Let's do we're going to prepare or prep info for data base storage. Okay, so let's go ahead and clean up the information that we have. We can do for the first name, let's strip tags, because you know little 12-year-olds like to try to put JavaScript tags in your forms and pretend that they're hackers when they're really not. So let's do F name. Okay, we can also strip slashes. Alright, and to remove any white space that are at the ends of the inputs, we can just do a quick trim. Okay, so we can just go ahead and copy this, and we'll do it for all of them. So last name, this will be for username, Alright, just got 2 more to do. Will be password. And then we just do the same thing for the email. Okay. Alright, so that's done. Some of you are thinking, well, this is going to be input into a MySQL database, so shouldn't I do a real escape string? Well, we don't have to do that because what I'm using here is the prepared statements. So let's go ahead and build that. And the prepared statements has a built-in escape function that's implemented within that class. So we can do, let's go ahead and build our query. So SQL or SQL would equal insert into members, and we'll go first name, last name, email, password, username. Okay. Do values. And we'll do 5 question marks. Okay. So let's go ahead and do this. If query equals DB prepare SQL. So if there's no errors with that, it will perform this block. I'm going to do an else. Just in case something doesn't work, we'll display sorry. Data. Sorry, error with database at this time. You know, that will display for the user, but and not give out too much information, but we'll know that means there was something wrong with our query. Alright, so let's do query bind parameters. And we're going to be adding 5 strings. So to do that, we'll do 5 S's, and then followed by the strings in the order for what the value is supposed to represent. So we need F name, last name, email, password, username. Okay. And now we need to execute the query, which will bind these 5 strings to the question mark, when the question mark will bind the values to the corresponding table row. So we do that just by doing query execute. Okay. So if all that goes through, we can do, let's create a variable called message equals thanks for Roger. Let's do your account has been created. Alright, we can go, let's go ahead and go at the end of our form and do the same thing we did for the errors message. We can just do it at the bottom, do PHP if set G close that off. If okay. Now there was something I forgot to do for the password that's going to be important. Right here, we need a MD5 hash the password, because that's the we want to have our password encrypted. So we just do MD5 password. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and go back into Firefox. Refresh the form. We'll do Tim Johnson, username Tim _ Johnson. For password, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna do email at email.com. Alright, so we had an error. Let's see what the error could have been. There we go. Right there. Save that. Resend. Let's see if this will work. Okay, we still keep getting an error. Alright, let's see if this works. Right here, refresh. Yet again, Tim Johnson. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video here and figure out what I did wrong, and I'll make sure to point out for you guys when I get back. Okay, I made a very stupid mistake. Maybe you guys spotted it when I first made it, but I was trying to insert into the table called first name, that first name. So let me save that. Go back into Firefox, refresh, resend. Okay. Now I got PHP my admin up. Click browse. Everything is in there. Okay, so now that we have our registration created, let's go ahead and start working on the login mechanism.